here's day 2 stuff. Direct objects can also be people. So on day 2, I say direct objects are it and thems. On day 1, I say direct objects can be its and thems. On day 2, I say direct objects or the whats can be people as well. So it can be me, te, lo, la, nos, los, and las. And that is the full list. So the lo and the la I say can be its, but it can also mean her and him. And the los and the las can be thems, but you should know that them can be, you know, the books. I like them, I like the books, or I like them, I like the people. Okay, so going back to the example, if I say I see Sarah, I would make that into, this is the subject, this is the verb, and then this is the direct object. You see what? You see Sarah. Okay, let's make that into pronouns. I see her. Okay, now we turn this into a direct object pronoun because it's a her, it's no longer a noun. You're going to just do that in Spanish. So veo means I see. Okay, it comes from the verb ver. And then if you want to say I see Sarah, you say a Sara. Well, this a, side note, the personal a you've seen before. The personal a appears when there is a verb and then there's a direct object, and the direct object happens to be a person. So if you see homework, you would say veo tarea, and you wouldn't have to put the personal on there because tarea isn't a person. Okay, so how do we say I see her? Alright, or how do we say I see it? Okay, well, you would go ahead and look at your chart, reference your chart and say, which one would fit to her? Well, Sara is female and she's singular, so you know it's la. And remember, on day 1, I told everyone that you have to make sure you put the pronoun in front of the verb. So it's not veo la, you would say la veo. That's what you would say. Now, if you want to talk about Sara, you would say la veo, I see her, and so you're saying her, I see. Backwards, I know. And if you want to talk about the homework, homework is la tarea, we know it's feminine, and we know it's singular, so you'd have the exact same sentence, la veo, because you're talking about it, I see. And you know pronouns are, you know, non-specific, because hopefully you've mentioned what you see first, and then you're talking in the conversation. And you know what you're talking about. Okay, that's a day 2. Let's do day 3. On day 3, I start talking about indirect object pronouns. And indirect object pronouns are not the whats of the sentence, they're the to whoms and for whoms. So indirect objects and indirect object pronouns. They are the to whoms and the for whoms of the wonderful sentence. Okay, for example, I give the ticket to Anna. I give the ticket to Anna. Alright, so how do I make this shorter as a long sentence? So I say, I give the ticket to her. Okay, so as a strategy, I tell students to please put squares around these. Alright, I tell students to put circles around the whats and squares around the to whoms and for whoms because it's really easy to get them confused. So we write our little chart, the to whoms and for whoms. They're different from the whats by not a lot, but they're different. They're the me, te, le, nos, and les. Alright, so then you want to make this in Spanish So you say, doy los boletos a Ana. And then you want to make it short. So Ana is the to whom and for whom. All right, so then you go ahead and replace it with one of these. Well, you say, well, Anna is a person, she's singular, so I know it's a lay. All right, it's the same rule. If there's one verb, there's only one verb, you put it in front of the verb. All right, so you want to say, I give it to her, or you gave the tickets to her. What you're going to do is you're going to put the le doy los boletos. And then a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, that is really cool. Like you can, you have two things going on here. You have the tickets and you have Anna. So that's extra credit. If you want to put both of them in a sentence, that's fine, but it doesn't just go, okay, los le doy. Okay, because it doesn't work that easily. If you decide to do that for extra credit, awesome. If you don't, that doesn't matter. I'll just tell you really quickly that if you want to, you have to make the los last. So the rule is lo and la, and los and las goes last. All right, and so you would put le los doy. But it's also not that easy. Spanish speakers don't like saying L words right after another, so they have to put se los doy. And you're saying, I give them to her. That's what you're saying. That's only when you have two L's next to each other. So if you say, I give it to you, you just write te los doy. That's all you have to do. So it's only when there's two L's next to each other is when you have to change it to a se.